Greetings, Exalted Ones. My name is Dash. Pre-Vizsla of House Vizsla was the last Mandalorian to hold the title of Mandalore and the iconic dark saber passed down through Clan Vizsla for generations. Now, Sabine Wren of House Wren and Clan Vizsla has picked up the iconic blade in Star Wars Rebels Season 3, so does that mean she's going to rally against the Empire and also reclaim the title of Mandalore? The Mandalorians are known and feared as warriors, capable of incredible feats, including the ability to compete with and often kill Jedi Knights. Every few generations, one amongst this race of warriors would rise above the rest, distinguishing themselves as leader and protector of the Mandalorian culture. These leaders were given the title Mandalore. In Legends, before his death and prior to becoming a bounty hunter, Jango Fett was hailed as Mandalore because of his great skill and leadership, but he later abandoned the title. The last known Mandalorian to hold the title of Mandalore in canon was Pre-Vizsla, who claimed the title for himself after the Death Watch occupation of the Mandalorian homeworld, also called Mandalore, with the help of the former Sith apprentice Maul and his brother Savage Opress. However, Vizsla and Maul would turn on each other, prompting Maul to issue a request of single combat with Vizsla where he would be killed by the former Sith Lord. This may not be the end of the title Mandalore though. Following the rise of the Empire, some Mandalorians joined their ranks, seeing the regime as the dominant and unquestioning leader of the galaxy, but there were some who fought against the Empire and their sinister ways. The most notable Mandalorian to do so was known as Sabine Wren of Clan Wren and House Vizsla. Sabine may end up becoming the rallying point for the Mandalorian cause, as she holds the blood of the former Mandalore and is potentially a great warrior and leader in her own right. Also, in the Season 3 trailer, Sabine is shown in possession of the dark saber that her ancestor Pre-Vizsla used during the Clone Wars. Now, Freddie Prinze Jr. himself confirmed in an interview with me recently that he would be training Sabine to use the blade. And the question is, why? A non-force sensitive who is primarily known for wielding dual pistols? In the old days of Mandalore, the Mandalorian Crusaders were known to carry swords and were capable of not only engaging, but defeating Jedi in one-on-one combat. Now, although it wasn't a Jedi that killed Pre-Vizsla and last claimed his position, it was the ex-Sith Lord Darth Maul. Perhaps to show the Mandalorians, Sabine must show her willingness to overcome enemies of the past by defeating Maul herself in one-on-one combat. Or maybe the use of a darksaber into battle is iconic enough in its own right. In Thrawn's office, the Imperial Grand Admiral himself has a hologram display of Sabine's own Starbird symbol, along with the mural referenced earlier, implying he's aware something important is stirring. On top of this, Thrawn looks to be heavily focused on this, as Sabine may prove to be the most powerful of all the members of the Ghost crew if she could rally the Mandalorians to her cause. He also has a mural of Mandalore, first seen in Season 2 of the Clone Wars, which was the first official canon image of any Mandalore, which is as big a throwback as you can get. But does Sabine fit the title? Although very much a good person, Sabine is still a warrior reminiscent of her Mandalorian ancestors and very young, headstrong. Typically, Mandalore was depicted as an experienced warrior, not a teenager. The key may be a protector named Fen Rau. In Rebels, Sabine and the rest of the Ghost crew came into conflict with a Mandalorian leader in league with the Empire known as Fen Rau, who aligned himself with the Empire out of fear and not truly believing in the tyranny they dealt over the galaxy, only joining them as an act of self-preservation. Fen was known as a protector of the Mandalore culture that, interestingly, fought against the Death Watch and Clan Vizsla after its return during the Clone Wars. After Sabine evoked the code and requested a battle to the death with Fen, she destroyed most of his ally ships and later aided in capturing him. Fenn ended up relinquishing himself to the Rebel Alliance and was considered a reluctant recruit. In the trailer for Season 3 of Rebels, Sabine is shown with Fenn as he tells her she's earned his respect as she has not forgotten the ways of Mandalorians past. This leads me to the point of the video. With the help of Fenn and Kanan training her in the ways of the saber, I believe Sabine will rise up and become the new Mandalore, as Fenn holds much influence over the Mandalorians, and he may see that Sabine is special due to her fulfillment of the Mandalorian way of life, her heritage being of Clan Vizsla, and her growing role in the battle against the corrupt Empire. Fenn may point to Sabine as an example of those who have risen up and fought against the Empire and their beliefs despite the odds, remaining Mandalorian even when others ran from their way of life. Fenn may likely realize the true place of the Mandalorians is with the rebellion, where they may fight to once again claim their home and their way of life, refusing to yield to any other culture forcefully thrust upon them. So that's the theory. It's all looking like Sabine may become the new Mandalore and a beacon of hope for her people in such a repressive time for them. If Sabine is able to gain the support of the remaining Mandalorians through help from Fenn, she may be able to sever Mandalore's connection to the Empire and provide the Rebel Alliance with some much needed aid. This also could potentially point towards what the endgame of Sabine could really like as she evolves in her character and help rule over Mandalore, although that would be pretty far down the line. I believe that she has it in her, the potential, the growth, with the help of Kanan and Fenn Rau and her core beliefs of the rebellion. I feel like this is the perfect concoction of her rising up and taking the title, but there is also Thrawn, who is looking down upon her and will know her every move if she wants to reclaim it herself. And the great question is also, how did she get that darksaber? Very grateful for Stupendous to have me on this video. We chatted about this for a couple of hours. He was telling me about the darksaber, and I said, I think Sabine may be Mandalore. We should totally do a video together. So thank you for writing it and having me on your channel. If you want to see more Star Wars videos from me, then check out my channel, which is linked in the description. But the beauty of this video is it is just the start of the discussion. Our love for Star Wars surrounds and it binds us together. So let me know in the comments below, do you believe Sabine is going to be Mandalore, and does it feel right to you? Because if you love Star Wars, I want to talk to you about it. It's as simple as that.